Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning, dear students. In this section, you will learn about asexual reproduction in plants. First, let us discuss what is reproduction. All living organisms have characteristics that they can produce their young own kind. This production of offspring from the parent is called as reproduction. In plants, reproduction takes place by two methods. One is sexual and second one is asexual. Let us discuss what is this sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, it reproduces offspring by the fusion of gametes from the parent cells. Plant flowers involve in production of male and female gametes, the transfer of the male gamete to female ovule in a process called as pollination. After pollination, fertilization happens and the ovules grows into seeds within a fruit. So this type of reproduction is called as sexual reproduction. Now let us see what is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means new plants are produced without using seeds. This process generally takes place by leaves, roots, stems, etc. Asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction which does not involve the fusion of gametes or change in the number of chromosomes. In this section, we are going to discuss about 6 types of asexual reproduction in plants. These are known as fusion, budding, spore formation, regeneration, fragmentation, and vegetative propagation. Again, fusion undergoes for the process of binary fusion and multiple fusion. Come to the vegetative propagation. Through vegetative propagation, plants can reproduce through stem, roots, leaves, and bud. Again, stem can reproduce through the methods of runner, tuber, rhizome, and bulb. Let us discuss in detail about these 6 types of asexual reproduction in plants. In fusion, unicellular organisms splits to form new organisms. It is a process of reproduction in organisms such as protozoa and many bacteria. Let us discuss about binary fusion. In binary fusion, the parent cell divides into two after reaching a point where it has fully grown. In this process, after splitting, parent cell do not exist and two new organisms are formed. Examples of unicellular organisms that undergo for the process of binary fusion are amoeba, paramecia, leishmania, etc. Let us discuss about multiple fusion. Multiple fusion is also a process of asexual reproduction in which parent cell splits to form many new organisms. This happens when the cyst is formed around a unicellular organism. Inside this cyst, the nucleus of an organism breaks into many smaller nuclei. When the favorable conditions comes, the cyst breaks and the many daughter cells inside are released out and formed into a new individual. Plasmodium is an example of multiple fusion. Now let us discuss about budding. The word bud means small growth out. In the process of budding, a small bud grows on the body of parent organisms. When the time comes, it detaches itself to form a new organisms. Hydra and yeast undergoes for the process of budding. Spore formation. The method of spore formation occurs in both unicellular and multicellular organisms. This process takes place in plants. In spore formation, the parent plant produces hundreds of reproductive units called as spores in its spore case. When this spore case of a plant bursts, thousands of spores travel in air and land or food or soil. Here they germinate and produce new young ones. Fungi like Rhizopus, Mucor are examples for the spore formations. Now let us discuss about regeneration. Regeneration is an asexual method of reproduction. In this process, if the body of a parent organism gets cut, then each cut part can regenerate and form a whole new organisms from its body parts. Let us see how this happens. Yes, this is happens because when the body of an organism that can undergo regeneration cut, then the cells of cut body part divided rapidly and form a ball of cells. These cells then move to their proper places to form an organs and body parts. Regenerations occurs in both plants and animals. Fragmentation. Fragmentations occur in multicellular organisms, be it plants or animals. In this process, the multicellular organisms breaks into two or more fragments or pieces on maturation. Each piece or fragment that grows into a new organism. Spirogyra, which is a plant, and sea anemone, which is an animal, undergoes for the process of fragmentation. Now, let us discuss the difference between fragmentation and regeneration. Fragmentation means it is a method of asexual reproduction where an organism reproduced by the process of splitting into fragments and each fragment grows into an individual organism. Regeneration, on the other hand, happens where an organism regrow certain parts or limbs which is lost due to predation. Now let us discuss about vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation takes place only in plants. In vegetative propagation, parts of old plant like stem, root and leaves are used to grow into a new plant. The buds which are parent dormant stage in old plant are provided with suitable conditions like moisture and warmth so that they can grow and develop to form a new plant. Plants that undergo for the process of vegetative propagations are green grass, bryophyllum, money plant, potato plant, onion, banana, etc. First, let us discuss about the vegetative propagation in stems. Stems are undergo for the main four processes like runner, rhizome, tuber and bulb. Let us discuss about runners. Runners, horizontal stem which grows or runs over the soil surface. The terminal bud send up new shoots and new roots from it. Examples of runners are strawberry. A rhizome has a type of plant stem situated either at the soil surface or underground soil that contains nodes from which root and shoots originate. Rhizomes are unique in that they grow perpendicularly, permitting a new shoot to grow up out of the ground. New roots and shoots formed at the nodes, which shoots grow upwards to form a new plantlets. Later, the bud grows out to form new rhizomes. Examples of rhizomes are ginger, turmeric, lotus, grass, potato, etc. Now let us discuss about tubers. Vegetables which grow underground on the root of the plant are called as tubers. They have shorter, thicker stem that can produce eye, which is capable for producing a new plant. Tubers are enlarged structure in some plant species used as storage organs for nutrients. Tubers are used for the plant perennation, means survival of winter or dry season. So this provide energy and nutrients for regrowth during the next growing season. And as this means it undergoes for the process of asexual reproduction. Potatoes are mainly propagated by vegetative methods. Potato tuber have nodes or eyes from which their new growth begins. The new system growing from each eye are called as sprouts, which gives rise to a new plant. Vegetative seed can be either a whole tuber or a cut tuber. Now let us discuss about bulbs. In this type, stems covered with modified leaves which can produce a new baby plant. Or else we can say a bulb means an underground bud has reduced stem, roots, fleshy leaves swollen with stored food and the main bud in the center which grows into a new plant. For plants such as onion, garlic, tulip, daffodil, etc., the bulb is the unit of vegetative propagation. The stem is shortened down to a disc and often called as the basal plate, from which roots arise around the edges. The leaf places are attached to the upper surface of the stem. The axillary bud, always found at the node where the leaves attached, can develop into new bulbs in subsequent conditions. Vegetables like carrot, beetroot, turnip, radish comes under the food storing roots, which are capable of producing a new plant. Now let us discuss about asexual reproduction through modified leaves. Biophyllum are also known as air plants. In biophyllum, reproduction occurs through asexual means, specifically through vegetative propagation of leaves. Biophyllum means sprouted leaf plant has buds in the margin of leaves. If a leaf of this plant falls on the moist soil, each bud can give rise to a new plant. The roots of some plants can also gives rise to a new plant. Examples: sweet potato and the Dahlia are examples. Such plants as cacti produce new plants when they get parts are detached from the main body. Each detached part can grow into a new plant. Now let us discuss about artificial vegetative propagation. In artificial vegetative propagation, it undergoes in three processes like layering, cutting, grafting, etc. Layering. It is done by bending a stem until the middle touches the soil. Push the center of the stem underground and hold it in a place with a U-shaped pin. Roots will form along the part of the stem that underground. It is covered with the soil and eventually new roots and shoots are developed. Usually for the propagation of woody plants like blackberry, jasmine, etc. we can reproduce through the process of layering. Cutting. A plant cutting is a piece of a plant that is used in horticulture for vegetative means asexual propagation. A piece of the stem or root of the source of a plant is placed in the suitable medium such as moist soil. A stem cutting produces new roots and then root cutting produces a new stem. Examples of plants that can be propagated from root cutting included raspberry, blackberry, rose, etc. Plants with large roots are normally propagated outdoors. Grafting. Grafting and budding are horticultural techniques used to join parts from two or more plants so that they appear to grow as a single plant. In grafting, the upper part, cycon of one plant grows on the shoot system rootstock of the another plant. Instead of cross-pollination, two plants are produced a hybrid seed. Grafted plants use the roots and the bottom portion of one plant and attach it to the tender to another plant. This is often done with trees and shrubs to combine the best characteristics of two new plants. Examples like rose, fruit trees, etc. can undergo for the process of grafting. Now let us discuss about the advantages of artificial vegetative propagation. In artificial vegetative propagation, the new plant will have extra features as that of parent plant. Fruit trees grown by grafting bear fruit with earlier. Plant needs less attention in their earlier years. Many plants can grow from just one parent. We can get seedless plants also. Thank you.